Hello friends, I am Dr. Vinod Kumar Advani, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Dear friends, we have third session of customs duty. In this session, we are going to learn how to calculate customs duty as per Indian Customs Act 1962. Here we have a practical question related with computation of customs duty. So we are going to learn the computation of customs duty through a practical question for your knowledge, for your learning. Let's start the solution of this practical problem. Dear friends, we have a practical problem related with the computation of customs duty. An Indian merchant is ready to import certain raw material from France. Remember, France is a European country and in Europe we have the currency, it is euro. The FOB value of this particular import is 10,000 euro. FOB value means free on board, that is the value of the raw material we are importing and it is dispatched from that particular country at rupees 10,000. But this particular 10,000 rupees FOB value, after that we have some expenses. For example, number one expense we have air freight from France to India, it is rupees 2,500 and insurance cost of rupees 500. Next, we have two exchange rate. Now, it is the main part of the question. We have two exchange rate. One as per board. Board means Central Board of Indirect Tax and Custom. That is rupees 98 for 1 euro. And we have a rate prescribed by RBI also, that is rupees 99 for 1 euro. Let's start the calculation of assessable value. At first, because without assessable value, we cannot calculate customs duty at all, because assessable value is always first step to calculate customs duty. First, we have to calculate assessable value in euro. After that, we have to convert in Indian rupee. Now, what about these two rates? Out of these two rates, we have to use this particular rate for the conversion of FOB value and also assessable value. Let's start the calculation of assessable value on the basis of this particular question. Dear friends, now it's turn to calculate assessable value as the first step for the calculation of customs duty. I think we know we have two type of inclusion, before FOB value and after FOB value. We are going to use only FOB value after FOB value inclusions, but before starting the solution, remember we have all these figures in euro, not in Indian rupee. So let's start the calculation of assessable value. First of all, we have FOB value that is given in the question, that is 10,000 euro. Now plus inclusions. Inclusion, it is after FOB value because FOB value given itself in the question. First, we have air freight charges. Second, we have insurance charges. But at air freight charges, you have to remember we are looking at the air freight charges that is related with transportation through aeroplane or aircraft. In this particular situation, we have the rule. Real transportation charges, that is 2,500 euro or 20% of FOB, whichever is least. So 20% of FOB is 2,000 and real charges are 2,500. We have to consider 2,000 rupees, not 2,500. So here we have inclusion number one, air freight charges, 2,000 rupees. Now come to cost of transit insurance, that is given itself, it is 500 euro. Now here we have a value that we are looking for, assessable value, that is, I repeat, that is 12,500. Again, it is in euro. Now the final step of the calculation of the assessable value, we have to convert this value in Indian rupee. Remember, we have two exchange rates, one as per CBIC means board, one as per the RBI. As per the rules of the customs duty, we have to take rate as per board only, that is 98. So 12,500 euro 12,500 euro multiplied by 98 rupees. So it will be 12 lakh rupees 12,25,000 only. That is assessable value we have in Indian rupees. Dear friends, before starting the computation of customs duty, have a look to the practical problem once again, because now we have the rate of customs duty. Without rate we cannot charge custom duty, so we have two rates in the question. It is rate of basic custom duty, it is 10%, and we have the rate of integrated tax, it is 28%. So 10% is the basic customs duty and 28% is integrated tax, that you know it is IGST. So now the final part of the question, we are starting the computation of customs duty. Remember, we already done the assessable value, that is 12,25,000 rupees. Now we are ready to calculate custom duty in Indian rupees on the assessable value of rupees 12,25,000. Let's start the computation of customs duty on the basis of this assessable value. Dear friends, now we are ready to calculate customs duty. First of all, remember, this calculation is not in euro, now it is in rupees, because customs duty is charged by Government of India, that is working in INR, Indian National Rupee. So all these calculation we are starting is in rupees. First of all, we have to show the assessable value that we already done in the previous slide, in the previous section. It is 12,25,000 rupees. Now let's start the calculation of customs duty step by step. First of all, we have to calculate BCD. BCD means basic customs duty. Rate we already have, it is 10%, and it is to be calculated on your assessable value that we have. 10% of 12,25,000 will give you 1,22,500. The basic custom duty starts from 5%. And the upper band is 20%, but in this question we have already mentioned it is 10%. Second, that is very important point after basic custom duty, social welfare surcharge. It is never given in a question, but in each and every question you have to charge this surcharge, because it is mandatory as per Finance Act 2018, Finance Bill 2018. It is known as social welfare surcharge. In short, we know that SWS, it is always fixed at the rate of 10% of BCD. Remember, assessable value not to be considered, it will be always 10% of BCD, means 10% of 1,22,500 will give you 12,250. Now, the last IGST, or you can say integrated tax. It is 28%, but again you have to remember on which value this 28% we have to calculate. It will be calculated on, look, we have this particular information. It is very important. It will be 28% of assessable value plus basic custom duty plus social welfare surcharge. It means it will be 28% of 12,25,000 plus 1,22,500 plus 12,250, that will give you 3,80,730 rupees. That is your integrated tax amount, So finally, we have total customs duty payable. It is sum of 122,500, 12,250 and 3,80,730 gives you the final answer of our question, 5,15,480 rupees. That is customs duty you have to pay on the import of the raw material of rupees 12,25,000. Dear student, now I think you are able to calculate assessable value for the calculation of customs duty, and now you have detailed method of computation of customs duty as per Customs Act 1962. Now you are able to calculate customs duty for each and every practical question you have in this particular chapter or in this particular topic. Thank you very much.